Have you ever asked yourself what it really means to live alone, and not just live, but love every moment of it, especially in your 50s or 60s? For some, the thought of being on your own might bring uncertainty, but what if we told you that this phase of life could unlock some of the greatest freedoms and joys you've ever experienced? In today's video, we're about to dive into how you can embrace living solo with a sense of excitement, purpose, and a deeper connection to yourself. We're about to share 4 powerful tips that can turn living alone into one of the most enriching chapters of your life. These aren't just quick fixes or surface-level advice. These are insights that help you create a life filled with passion, purpose, and emotional strength. Whether it's building a routine that nourishes your soul or exploring new horizons, these tips will guide you to not only survive but thrive, embracing every day with a sense of wonder and fulfillment. So, if you're ready to discover how to turn solitude into a source of happiness, curiosity, and empowerment, this video is for you. Imagine waking up each day with a renewed sense of joy and a life that's truly yours to shape. Let's get started on this journey to living alone and loving it like never before. We will start with our experiences, our 4 tips for living alone and enjoying it. Living alone often brings a mix of emotions: excitement, apprehension, freedom, and sometimes even loneliness. But what if we told you that living alone can become one of the most rewarding experiences of your life? It's a journey of self-discovery, empowerment, and finding joy in your own company. Whether you're already living alone or just starting to explore the idea, these 4 tips are designed to help you not just live alone but truly love it. 1. Take care of yourself first. Become your own best caretaker. The first thing we need to focus on when living alone is our well-being. Have you ever thought about how vital it is to prioritize your health, both physically and mentally? Imagine waking up each morning with the realization that your well-being is entirely in your hands. There's a quiet power in knowing that you are the one who decides how your body feels, how your mind operates, and ultimately how you experience life. Living alone magnifies this responsibility because, simply put, there's no one else around to remind you to take care of yourself. We know how easy it can be to put ourselves on the back burner, but when you're living alone, taking care of yourself becomes not just important, it becomes essential. Think of it like this: your body and mind are the foundation for everything else you want to do. If you're feeling energized, healthy, and clear-headed, then the world opens up with endless possibilities. But if you neglect yourself, the simplest tasks can feel overwhelming. There's something incredibly empowering about taking control of your health. Whether it's making the decision to start exercising regularly, eating better, or even adopting a meditation practice, every step you take towards self-care is a step toward greater independence. And the best part? You're doing it for yourself. You're not relying on someone else to make sure you're healthy. You're taking ownership of your life in a way that makes you stronger and more resilient. This isn't just about the basics, like eating well and staying active, though those are important. It's about recognizing that when you live alone, your health is the key to unlocking a more fulfilling, joyful life. So ask yourself, how are you caring for your body and mind? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you moving your body daily? Are you feeding your mind with positive, nourishing thoughts? The better care you take of yourself, the more rewarding and vibrant your solo life will be. 2. Embrace your skills and abilities. Be your own problem solver. One of the beautiful aspects of living alone is that it challenges us to become more self-reliant. It's not about doing everything perfectly, but about learning to trust in your own abilities. Have you ever faced a situation where something went wrong and you had to figure it out on your own? Maybe it was a minor inconvenience like a broken appliance, or maybe it was something more significant. Living alone often presents these challenges, but with every problem you solve, you gain confidence and a sense of accomplishment. Think of the small victories: fixing a leaky faucet, rearranging your furniture, learning how to cook a new dish. Each time you take on a new task or tackle something unfamiliar, you're adding to your toolbox of skills. These moments aren't just practical, they build character. Living alone gives you the chance to see how capable you truly are. But here's the thing, living alone doesn't mean you have to do everything by yourself. There's no shame in asking for help when you need it. In fact, one of the most valuable lessons we've learned is that people around you are often more than happy to lend a hand. Maybe it's a neighbor who helps you carry something heavy, or a friend who walks you through a technical issue. By reaching out when necessary, you not only solve the problem but also strengthen your connections with others. It's about balancing independence with community. You can do more than you think, but you don't have to do it all alone. When you embrace your skills and ask for help when needed, living alone becomes a series of triumphs, both big and small. Each one adds to your sense of empowerment, and before you know it, you'll find yourself navigating life's challenges with ease and confidence. 3. Safety and security, creating your peaceful haven. When we talk about living alone, one of the most common concerns is safety. How do we create a space where we not only feel physically secure but emotionally safe as well? The truth is, peace of mind comes from knowing that your home is a sanctuary, a place where you can fully relax and feel protected. In today's world, we're fortunate to have a variety of tools at our disposal that make staying safe easier than ever before. Have you ever thought about the difference a simple security system can make? Something like a smart doorbell or a few well-placed cameras can give you the reassurance that your home is secure. These small investments pay off in big ways because they offer peace of mind, which allows you to truly enjoy your space without worrying about potential risks. But let's not stop at physical safety, there's emotional security to consider as well. Living alone gives you the opportunity to create an environment that feels nurturing and comforting. You get to design your space exactly how you want it, filling it with things that make you feel calm, happy, and at peace. Whether it's soft lighting, cozy blankets, or simply keeping your favorite book by your bedside, creating a space that feels like your own personal sanctuary is one of the greatest joys of living alone. Beyond that, emotional security also comes from knowing that you have people who care about you, even if they're not physically present. A simple daily check-in with a friend or family member can go a long way in creating a sense of connection and security. Living alone doesn't have to mean feeling isolated. It means designing your own life, on your own terms, with safety and security at the forefront. 4. Enjoy your freedom, the joy of living life on your own terms. Now, let's talk about the most exciting part of living alone, the freedom. There's an indescribable joy in being able to live life exactly the way you want, without needing to accommodate anyone else's preferences or schedules. Have you ever stopped to appreciate how liberating that can be? Waking up when you want, eating what you feel like, or simply sitting in silence without interruptions, all of these little freedoms add up to a lifestyle that is deeply fulfilling. Living alone allows you to rediscover yourself. You get to explore your own interests, pursue your passions, and embrace your quirks without judgment. Want to have breakfast for dinner? Go ahead. Feel like dancing around your living room just because? There's no one to stop you. This is your life, and you're in the driver's seat. But it's not just about the small, everyday freedoms, it's about the big ones too. When you live alone, you have the freedom to make life-changing decisions without needing to compromise. You can take a spontaneous trip, start a new hobby, or move to a new city, all because you answer only to yourself. This kind of autonomy is incredibly powerful, and it's one of the reasons why living alone can be such a transformative experience. Think of living alone as an opportunity to create the life you've always dreamed of. It's a time to explore, grow, and savor the freedom that comes with independence. Whether you spend your days in quiet solitude or fill them with adventure, the choice is entirely yours. There's a unique joy in living life on your own terms, and once you fully embrace it, you'll find that living alone isn't just about being alone, it's about being free. These 4 principles, taking care of yourself, honing your skills, ensuring safety, and embracing freedom, form the foundation of living alone and loving it. Life in solitude can be one of the most fulfilling journeys you embark on, full of opportunities for growth, joy, and self-discovery. Whether you're new to living alone or have been walking this path for years, these insights will guide you toward a richer, more rewarding experience each day. In the next part, we will help you to understand the reasons why solitude is necessary for personal growth. You know, in the midst of our endlessly busy lives, where messages ping, tasks pile up, and there's always someone or something demanding our attention, solitude can feel like a rare luxury. But the truth is, solitude is far more than just time alone. It's a powerful tool, a transformative experience that can shape who we are at our core. It's an essential part of personal growth, not something to be feared or avoided, but embraced with open arms. Imagine this: when you step away from the noise, when you allow yourself a moment of quiet, something magical begins to happen. You start to hear yourself, the real you, not the voice that's always juggling responsibilities or worrying about what others think, but the voice deep within, that often gets drowned out by the chaos of daily life. Solitude is that sacred space where your thoughts can flow freely, where your emotions are given room to breathe, and where you can begin to uncover the richness of your inner world. Let's dive into why solitude is not just important, but necessary for personal growth, and how embracing it can lead to discoveries far beyond what you ever imagined. 1. Uncovering the depths of who you are. In solitude, you come face to face with yourself in a way that's hard to experience when you're constantly surrounded by people, noise, and distractions. When you're alone, the mask comes off. You don't have to play a role. You don't have to meet anyone else's expectations. You simply get to be. Now, this can feel uncomfortable at first because solitude has a way of revealing truths that we sometimes hide from, even from ourselves. But it's through this process of self-confrontation that real growth begins. You start to see who you truly are beneath all the layers, and that's where transformation happens. You learn what makes you tick, what your fears are, and most importantly, what your deepest desires and aspirations look like when no one else is influencing your decisions. When you give yourself this space, this uninterrupted time alone, you tap into a reservoir of wisdom that's always been there, waiting to be accessed. You start to discover things about yourself that may have been hidden in the busyness of life. Maybe it's a passion you never fully explored, or a dream that's been sitting on the back burner for years. In solitude, these parts of yourself start to come to the surface, and you begin to understand more deeply who you are and who you want to become. 2. Strengthening emotional resilience. Solitude has this beautiful way of making you stronger, emotionally. When you're always surrounded by people, it's easy to get swept up in their energy, their emotions, their opinions. But when you're alone, you learn to navigate your own emotional landscape. You become more in tune with your feelings, more aware of your own emotional triggers, and more capable of managing them. Think about it this way: in solitude, you learn to sit with your feelings, even the uncomfortable ones. Maybe it's loneliness, or fear, or uncertainty. Instead of distracting yourself by turning to external comforts, you learn to face these emotions head-on. And in doing so, you build emotional resilience. You realize that you are capable of handling much more than you ever thought possible. Solitude teaches you that you don't always need someone else to validate your feelings or solve your problems. You can do that for yourself. This inner strength, this emotional independence, is a key part of personal growth. 3. Tapping into your creative genius. Some of the most groundbreaking ideas, the most brilliant pieces of art, the most innovative solutions to problems have come from moments of solitude. When you allow yourself to step away from the noise of the world, your mind is free to wander, to explore, and to dream. Solitude creates the perfect environment for creativity to flourish because there are no distractions, no interruptions, just you and your thoughts. You know that feeling when you get an idea out of nowhere, something that just clicks? That often happens in solitude. It's in these moments, when your mind is quiet and your imagination is allowed to roam freely, that you unlock new possibilities. Whether you're a writer, an artist, an entrepreneur, or someone just trying to solve a problem, solitude is where your creative genius can shine. Think of it as a kind of mental playground, where you get to try new things, experiment with ideas, and see what works, without the pressure of outside opinions. This is where innovation happens. And often, when you emerge from solitude, you come back with something truly extraordinary, something that wouldn't have been possible without that sacred time alone. 4. Cultivating a deep sense of inner peace. In the hustle and bustle of life, it's easy to lose your sense of calm. We're constantly bombarded by stressors, work, family, social obligations, and before we know it, we're running on empty. Solitude offers you the opportunity to step away from all of that, to quiet the noise, and to find peace within yourself. Imagine finding a place where the world slows down, where you can breathe deeply, and just be. Solitude creates that space. It's where you can reconnect with yourself on a soul level, where you can find a sense of peace that isn't dependent on anything external. This is incredibly important for personal growth because when you're at peace within yourself, you can approach life with a greater sense of clarity and purpose. How to be okay with being alone, how to enjoy your own company, and how to find joy in the stillness. It's in these moments of quiet that you can reflect on your life, your choices, and your path forward. You begin to see things from a higher perspective, and that brings with it a deep, unshakable sense of inner peace. 5. Building authentic confidence. Another powerful gift of solitude is the way it helps you build confidence. When you spend time alone, you start to develop a strong sense of self. You learn to trust your instincts, your judgment, and your abilities because you're no longer relying on the opinions or validation of others. In solitude, you begin to understand that your worth isn't defined by external achievements or by what other people think of you. You start to see that your value comes from within, from who you are at your core. This realization is incredibly empowering because it allows you to move through life with a sense of confidence that is authentic and unshakable. When you're confident in yourself, when you know who you are and what you're capable of, you don't need to seek approval from others. You become comfortable in your own skin, and this confidence radiates outward. It's not the loud, boastful kind of confidence that seeks attention, it's a quiet, grounded confidence that comes from truly knowing yourself. 6. Preventing burnout and recharging your spirit. In today's fast-paced world, burnout is a real issue. We're constantly on the go, always trying to do more, be more, achieve more, and it's exhausting. But solitude offers you a way out of this cycle. It's a chance to step back, to recharge, and to take care of yourself in a way that nothing else can provide. Refill your cup, so to speak. It's where you can rest, rejuvenate, and regain your energy. Whether it's taking a long walk in nature, sitting quietly with a cup of tea, or simply spending time in quiet reflection, these moments of solitude give you the space to breathe, to rest, and to come back stronger. When you make solitude a regular part of your life, you create a buffer against burnout. You learn how to balance the demands of the external world with the need for internal peace. And this balance is crucial for maintaining your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. 7. Finding clarity and purpose. One of the most transformative aspects of solitude is the way it helps you find clarity and purpose. When you're constantly surrounded by the noise of life, it's easy to lose sight of what really matters. But in solitude, you have the chance to step back and reflect on your life from a higher perspective. It's in these moments of quiet contemplation that you can begin to ask yourself the big questions. Asterisk, what do I really want out of life? Am I living in alignment with my values? What is my true purpose? Asterisk, solitude gives you the space to explore these questions without the influence of others. It's where you can tap into your inner wisdom and start to gain a sense of clarity about your path forward. This clarity is incredibly powerful because it allows you to make decisions that are aligned with your true self. It helps you see where you might need to make changes, where you're on the right track, and where you can grow further. And once you have this clarity, you can move forward with confidence, knowing that you're living a life that is true to who you are. 8. Embracing solitude as a gift. In the end, solitude is not something to fear or avoid, it's a gift. It's a sacred space where you can grow, heal, and connect with the deepest parts of who you are. It's where you can find peace, creativity, and purpose. And it's where you can build the kind of inner strength and confidence that allows you to move through life with grace and authenticity. So, the next time you find yourself craving connection or clarity, remember that it all starts within. Solitude is not about isolating yourself from the world, it's about creating space for the most important relationship of all, the one you have with yourself. Embrace it, cherish it, and watch how it transforms not only your personal growth, but every aspect of your life. And now, for our last part, let us tell you 10 reasons why intelligent people often feel lonely. Maybe this can offer you a new perspective on why some of the most brilliant minds in history and even in our everyday lives seem to walk a path that feels a little more solitary than others. We want to emphasize that loneliness, for intelligent individuals, often isn't just about a lack of company. It's about choosing moments of solitude, seeking spaces where their thoughts can roam freely, and where the noise of the world quiets down enough for them to hear the deeper voice within themselves. Now, instead of simply saying that intelligent people tend to feel lonely, let's paint a broader picture. Think about this: intelligent people don't just stumble into solitude, they actively seek it out. It's not an accident, it's a deliberate choice. There's a difference between feeling isolated and embracing solitude. Imagine that after a day filled with conversations, meetings, and the hustle of daily life, instead of looking for a party or reaching out to friends, some people long for a peaceful corner, a quiet room, or perhaps just the sound of their own breathing in the stillness. This isn't because they dislike people. It's because they crave something deeper, a space where their minds can rest, reflect, and dive into those complex thoughts that often get lost in the chaos of everyday interactions. If you've ever felt that pull to be alone, not out of loneliness, but out of a desire to retreat into your own world of ideas, then you may understand what we're talking about. And if you're one of those people who finds joy in moments of silence, away from the crowd, it's not because something is missing in your life. It's because, like many intelligent individuals, you've discovered that some of the most important conversations you can have are the ones you have with yourself. Now, why do intelligent people often seek out this solitude? It's not as simple as being smart equals lonely. There's a richness to this topic that goes beyond stereotypes. Through years of observation and research, we've gathered some key insights about why intelligent people gravitate toward these quieter moments, and why that can sometimes lead to a sense of isolation. So, let's dive into the 10 reasons why intelligent people often feel this way. 1. They understand it's lonely at the top. Intelligent individuals know that the higher they climb in terms of personal development, intellectual depth, or creative innovation, the fewer people they meet who can truly walk alongside them. Picture someone climbing a mountain. Not everyone has the stamina, the skill, or the desire to make it all the way to the peak. When you're at the top, the view is breathtaking, but you might be standing there alone. And for intelligent people, this can be the reality they face. Their ideas, their perspectives, the way they see the world, these things are often so unique that they can feel like no one else quite gets it. And while they appreciate the journey, that sense of being misunderstood can sometimes feel isolating. It's not a bad thing, but it's the price of seeing the world differently. 2. Solitude gives them freedom. For many, being alone can feel like a burden. But for intelligent individuals, solitude is often a gift, an opportunity to experience true freedom. In the quiet moments, when they're not bombarded by external opinions or societal expectations, they have the space to explore their thoughts, to dive into creative or intellectual pursuits without interruption. Think of solitude like a blank canvas where they can create without limits. There's no pressure to conform, no need to explain themselves, and no fear of judgment. In solitude, they're free to be entirely themselves, and that is where some of their most profound ideas and innovations take root. 3. They prioritize substance over superficiality. Another reason intelligent people often embrace solitude is because they aren't interested in superficial interactions. Casual small talk, surface-level friendships, or meaningless social events don't hold much appeal for them. While they can certainly engage in these things when necessary, they often find them draining. What they crave are meaningful, deep conversations and connections that challenge them, that inspire them, that help them grow. And because those kinds of interactions are rare, they're willing to step back from social situations that don't offer them that depth. It's not about being antisocial, it's about valuing quality over quantity when it comes to relationships and communication. 4. They observe more than they speak. Intelligent people are often known for their keen ability to observe the world around them. In group settings, they're usually the ones listening more than speaking, watching the dynamics unfold, and absorbing the details that others might overlook. It's not that they're disengaged, far from it. They're simply processing everything at a deeper level, thinking critically about what's being said, analyzing the situation, and forming thoughtful insights. This tendency to observe rather than participate can make them seem detached or even aloof, but in reality, they're taking in far more than they're letting on. It's through this quiet observation that they gain a deeper understanding of people, relationships, and the world itself. 5. They have no patience for drama. Life is challenging enough on its own without unnecessary drama, and intelligent people tend to be highly aware of this. They aren't interested in getting caught up in petty conflicts or emotionally charged situations that distract them from their goals. Instead, they seek out peace, clarity, and productivity. When drama arises, they often choose to step back, preferring to avoid the emotional turmoil that can come from such situations. It's not that they're avoiding problems, they just know which problems are worth their energy and which aren't. This focus on maintaining a calm, centered approach to life can further isolate them from others who may thrive on drama or conflict. 6. They don't need external validation. One of the most empowering traits of intelligent individuals is their ability to find validation from within. They don't rely on external approval or accolades to feel confident in their abilities. Their sense of self-worth comes from knowing what they're capable of, from recognizing their own strengths and achievements. This independence allows them to move through life without needing constant reassurance, but it can also create a distance between them and others who seek external validation. They're not looking for applause or recognition, they're focused on their internal growth, and that can sometimes make them seem distant or unapproachable. 7. They value depth in relationships. For intelligent people, relationships are not about quantity, they're about depth. They don't need a large social circle filled with acquaintances. Instead, they invest in a few meaningful relationships that offer genuine connection, shared values, and intellectual stimulation. These relationships often take time to build, but they're built on trust, respect, and understanding. Because they value depth over breadth, intelligent individuals may have fewer friends, but those friendships are incredibly strong and enduring. However, This selectiveness can also lead to feelings of loneliness, as they may struggle to find people who truly understand and appreciate them on a deeper level. 8. Their competence can be intimidating. Intelligent individuals often possess a high level of competence in their chosen fields, and this can sometimes make others feel intimidated or inadequate. When someone consistently excels, whether in work, creativity, or problem solving, it can create a gap between them and others who might feel overshadowed. This isn't something intelligent people do intentionally, but their competence can make it difficult for others to relate to them. They may be admired from a distance, but others may hesitate to approach them, fearing they won't measure up or won't have much in common. This dynamic can contribute to their sense of isolation, even in group settings. 9. Their ideas are often ahead of their time. Many intelligent individuals are visionaries. They think outside the box, pushing boundaries and challenging the status quo. Their ideas are often innovative, creative, and sometimes even revolutionary. But because their thinking is ahead of its time, they may struggle to find people who truly understand or appreciate their ideas. This can lead to feelings of frustration or isolation, as they find themselves in a world that hasn't quite caught up with them yet. However, they don't let this hold them back. They continue to pursue their ideas with passion and determination, even if it means walking a lonely path for a while. 10. They are driven by personal goals. Intelligent individuals tend to be highly driven by their personal goals. Whether they're pursuing a career, mastering a skill, or working on a creative project, they are deeply focused on achieving their ambitions. This drive can make them seem distant or unavailable for casual social interactions, but it's not because they don't care about others, it's because they are so dedicated to their pursuits. They are willing to sacrifice socializing in favor of working towards their goals, knowing that the rewards will be worth it in the long run. Their passion and determination are often what set them apart, but it's also what can make them feel isolated from those who don't share the same level of ambition. In the end, intelligent people may feel lonely at times, but it's important to understand that this loneliness isn't necessarily a negative thing. For many, solitude is a choice, a path to personal growth, self-discovery, and creative fulfillment. It's not about being disconnected from others, it's about being connected to something deeper within themselves. So, if you find yourself drawn to solitude, if you enjoy your own company, and if you're at peace with having a smaller, more meaningful circle of friends, know that you're not alone in this experience. You might just be walking a path that is uniquely yours, one that leads to extraordinary heights. As we reach the end of this video, it's worth reflecting on just how empowering it can be to live alone as we age. Embracing solitude doesn't mean settling into loneliness, it's about enjoying a unique chapter of life where you have the freedom to set your own pace, nurture your personal interests, and find fulfillment in your own company. By staying active, pursuing hobbies that bring you joy, creating a warm and supportive home environment, and paying attention to your mental and physical well-being, living alone can become an enriching experience filled with peace and purpose. As you grow older, understanding the value of being alone allows you to rediscover yourself. This is a time when you can reflect on all you've accomplished, focus on things that truly bring you happiness, and connect more deeply with your own thoughts and desires. Solitude at this stage of life is a gift, a chance to prioritize your well-being, let go of unnecessary distractions, and live in a way that aligns with what you value most. This isn't just about independence, it's about thriving in the space that you've created for yourself, where you can celebrate the wisdom and strength that come with age. If these insights resonated with you, we invite you to take a moment to like this video, share it with others who may also find it valuable, and subscribe to our channel for more tips and advice. We're here to help you make the most of this incredible stage of life and continue to enjoy it to the fullest. Your journey isn't over, it's just getting started in a new, fulfilling way. Thanks for watching, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.